Hello there, everyone. We have an exciting new game. Well, new came out. I'm checking the date. Just about 2 weeks ago. It's called Hearts of Iron 4. It's a World War II simulation strategy game. I think of it as very similar to the board game Axis and Allies. Where basically we're taking a country and guiding them through I think you can either start 1936 and 1939 and then go through either the end of the war or until 1948, I believe. But we're gonna start early, 1936. So I did do a practice game yesterday just to learn mechanics of how to move soldiers, how to group them and everything. And I played United Kingdom there. So I kind of want to play someone else. I think let's try playing France. They get into the action early. So we're gonna play on regular Iron Man. You can turn off historical AI, which I think is personally hilarious. In my practice game, Poland actually annexed a couple countries and started the war itself. So yeah, there are my other practice games where nothing went well. For realsies. I'm serious. Let's go. Playing as France starting in 1936. I've got my water bottle, a cup of tea, and soccer playing on my second monitor. So I'm perfectly happy with the world right now. Going back to 1936. People might not be happy with the state of the world, but I am. Okay, so we can start out setting up some research. Things are gated by the year. We could research this, but you see the technology is ahead of time, so it takes longer. So first things first, usually you want to try to get industry, because, being able to build more things is probably helpful. We don't need synthetic oil though. And then we'll get research time. Okay, so that's one early setup. Then we can come over here. We have factories available, which we can then use to build to build more factories. So you can see then those are queued up and will be built in order and over time. So let's just queue up a bunch of those. We have free dockyards, so we can start building some ships. I think let's go destroyers primarily to start out with, and then we can tell them where to come to spawn. Let's spawn our navy in Brittany, or construct it there, so that it all starts grouped up. Okay, then national focus. This is the primary research tree, where you sort of define what your country is going to specialize in, and I have not seen it's unique for each country, so I have not seen France's at all. So here's some industry stuff. That's honestly probably what we want to start out with industry. We aren't training anyone and we're short on resources, so let's come over here. We don't have enough equipment. What does our army even look like? A bunch of infantry, a couple of mountains, a couple of tanks. And of course, some of that's gonna be spread out across our various colonies as well. When in doubt, we'll just train a couple of infantry divisions, and they will appear in Paris, because why not? What resources are we short? We need oil. We have a surplus to everything else. I think that's fine for now. I think I'm gonna put a quick cut in here while I go around and organize and group our troops, because it's probably gonna take me 5 to 10 minutes of just clicking on things. So you guys will see me momentarily. I'll see you in 10 minutes or so. Okay, we're back, everyone. We have, no one's moved yet, but we have soldiers that are supposed to go on our border with Germany, on our border with Italy. We grouped up. Oh, I didn't give these guys any orders, but I'll just tell them to garrison the coast here. Then we have a separate set of 2 here that are just, I'll figure out what to do with them later. We have a couple token troops over here. I have told our navies to group up in a couple locations to condense the fleets, and then I gave all of our airplanes regions and commands, even though that won't become applicable for a long time. So now you can see everyone's grouping up and moving off to where I told them to, because they're good at this. Did I not group you? I did not. Okay. Oh no, I did. They're just, sometimes they, like, their progress bar moves before the little logo, like you can see. So it threw me off for a second. Okay. So mostly we're waiting for people to get together. The early game can be a bit slow. I might just cut parts of this out. I haven't decided yet, but okay. So now let's look at our navy. Okay, so we have, I want to get all of our subs together. They're all together, so now I can put them as one navy. So we have 57 subs total. So I'm going to split this in half and name one Atlantic subs and one Mediterranean subs. And excuse me while I scroll over to where I can see how to spell Mediterranean. Mediterranean. And then we can give them commanders. And as far as I can tell, these are actual commanders that existed, that like commanded troops during World War II, which I think is just really, really fascinating. Okay, so then let's take this group. So this is our Atlantic subs. So then we can be like, I want you to patrol the Atlantic. And then later on I can tell them to, do search and destroy stuff. But I'm not going to do that now. We're not, at war. So you guys, I guess, patrol there. The rest of our fleet, so we got destroyers. Okay, so these guys are not all together like I thought they would be. So let's get them all to come here. Okay, and then we have the Southern France group, which will be becoming, oh, and we have this Western Mediterranean. So this will be becoming our Mediterranean fleet. So let's group all of them up, and then we can tell them where to go as well. As you can see, I spent a while and I still missed some things here. Okay, so now we're back to Northern France. All of these, so this will be our Atlantic fleet. Kind of small right now. Fleet, but they will get, we will probably be building more. So we'll start with him. He gains fewer experience points, but he has good spotting chance, which is good early. So I guess, no, we don't want to shift right click. We don't want to do that. Let's do the same places as our subs just for now. And then they should all be grouped up. So then this will be our Mediterranean fleet. I'm subtle, I promise. Mediterranean fleet. And then they will also just patrol the same places our subs are. So now we'll let time go. There is a variable time thing up here, as you can see. I'm just gonna bump it all up because like nothing's really happening right now. So we're just sort of waiting for researches to happen. We can't see what other countries are doing. So like they're doing, like, building some infrastructure. The Soviets are purging their army. This is all fairly normal stuff. Industrial effort coming out of Lithuania. All right. Same with Sweden. and Norway. I guess that's a fairly standard start. So then we can go over here. We can look at our buildings. We are building more. This is limited by our factories up here, which we don't have access to. Some of them are dedicated to consumer goods, so that affects a little bit. Let's come over here, and so as we build more factories, military factories are different than civilian factories, but as we build more, they will build more military factories, which honestly probably won't be for a while. Then it will automatically go and queue up on these. Okay, so we finished our first national focus. So we got 3 infrastructure in those 3 provinces. So infrastructure is like road stuff, so we can transport stuff faster. And then this is basically free factories, which is amazing. My tea is still too warm to drink. I'm having some regrets right now. Oh yeah, and we can also like come over here and check, you know, ref sizes. Germany's still small because they haven't done any of their rearmament yet. Like, we're much more powerful right now, but we can't just declare war on them because we feel like it. Okay, let's keep going with research time, because that's never not good. That's always good. One of the two. One of them has double negatives and is thus technically not, you know, proper English. But we're playing as the French. We don't care about proper English. Okay, so here we have a decision to make. Communists are coming up through the government, so we can actually affect things here. So we can either gain more popularity of the Communist Party, which, if we come over here, we are 30% communists and about 70% Democrats, or we can lose our base unity. So this is like affects how long we can stay in the war. Like, if we're getting overrun, I think I'd rather keep our base unity up. Oh snap, a strike. That's not good. And so this is basically saying we can keep going. So do we want 90% less output for 90 days, or 30% less output for a full year? I think I'd rather let them strike. I don't know, I've never seen these decisions before. They're specific to France, I guess. So you can see we got our troops along here. We must have just built another sub, because that's why we have one there. So we got a bunch of free factories. Now let's get a bunch of free military factories. So then if we come over here, you can see we have more building now. We have more factories than we did before. And did we build a sub? Yeah, I guess we built that, because I don't think... Yeah, so when you build something new, it just gives it, like, the next numerical name available. So eventually we'll get around to adding those, but... Wait, did I not add you to the fleet? I guess not. Alright, I'll get to that in a second. So you and you, get over here. Okay, and then we have a research slot, so let's pause and take care of this. Okay, so there's 2 forms of industry: concentrated or dispersed. We are right on the front line. We're gonna be fighting a lot. I think we're probably better off with dispersed because it's harder to bomb, and the odds of us getting bombed are pretty high. So let's go with that. Okay, our navies together? No. I did in fact want you both to come here. I wasn't joking about that. Oh, you are. Okay. Then did I not give you an admiral? Okay. That's my fault. and then back to what you were doing. Whew. Yeah, so we've built a destroyer and a submarine now. Neither one very good. They're the rank 1 ships, but I mean that's what we have available to us. So whatever. And then we can look at our composition of troops here. I've tried to put most of our tanks on the front with Germany, partly because Germany usually has a lot of tanks. Let me figure out what we want to research. As you can see, there's a lot of different things here. Let's get an engineering company. Partly because Germany, has a lot more tanks, but also we start fighting Italy on the Alps here, and so tanks kind of absolutely suck along there, which is why we also have our mountain divisions here, and the like. Okay, so we have our military factories. Oh gosh. Well, do we want to gain an objection or... This sounds awful. So then we would have to do something to counter that. Let's just go with a diplomatic objection. And then, yes, we must see to our border defenses. Oh. Okay, so let's get an extra research slot. That sounds helpful. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and queue up. Oh, we already have... Sweet, the national line is already... It's going to see if it was already maxed. We could also build some along our border with Italy. Okay, so this is basically saying our workers are back to work. The Olympics occurred. Let's just build a couple of forts in each of these regions. This is a lot of production. We'll get to it eventually. So Italy took Ethiopia. Not terribly shocking. War should be breaking out in Spain really soon. Like really, really soon. Because the Spanish Civil War occurs. What is Germany doing? Industrial effort, Central Region strategy, secret spy stuff, armament, construction effort. Okay, so let's pause because we can do... Now we have an extra research slot, which is huge. Support weapons is probably helpful, and then go back to our national focus. I'm going to hold off on either one of those because we don't even unlock the ability to start these until we get... until it's like 40 or 44 or something. Okay, so now we could reinforce Africa, which I think, again, the factories could be huge. Or we can build forts faster. Okay. So that would extend, so that would make Belgium more friendly towards Germany. We might not want that. Okay, government reform, navy, air. Let's get a little bit of our government going. I'm not sure if that's what we want, but political power is helpful. We can use it to like staff people in our government and military high command, and they give us bonuses and things like that. So we're still vastly short on military infantry equipment and towed artillery. Light tanks, we're slowly getting there. Yeah, we're slowly training. You can't really train until you have equipment, which is why these two haven't started training yet. But it is what it is. Yeah, we only have 11 military factory and 8 naval dockyards. Okay, mechanical computing and dispersed industry at the same time. So now we're close enough to 37 that the penalties for doing something from 37 aren't that big. So like we can come over here and it's 0.09 years ahead of time, so that's not a big deal. So we're gonna come back over here and get a bunch of our stuff started for next year's construction, because that'll give us a big leg up when that's completed. Industrial effort 2. And if we want, we can like click on this and see what it does. So like this is them gaining a bunch more factories. Okay, so now we have enough political power that we can come over here and say, what do we feel like adding? A political advisor? Ooh, factory construction speed sounds good. Backroom backstabber. I think we come over here and be able to build things faster. Okay. So additional base unity or faster research on land doctrines. So here we can go down this way and build our own faction, which could be interesting. I'm not sure I'm confident enough in my ability to do that and succeed. Here we would join the Allies, and we could get rid of our disjointed government. This is interesting. I think we should come over here and try to get rid of our issues within our government. That seems like it's probably not something we want to continue. Okay, so we're building our factory still. Part of me wants to bump our forts up a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to. Okay, engineering companies. So then we can add those into our divisions later on, and then our troops would get better defensive bonuses and stuff because they have engineers to build fortifications. But we can't do that yet because it costs experience, which you get from actually fighting, which we have not done any of yet. So what is nationalist Spain doing? I would think that they would have had their civil war by now. But what do I know? Italy's going a little bit of navy, okay. Okay, support weapons. 38, we're not even close to 38. We don't need Marines or paratroopers right now. Could get radio. I'm not sure how much I care about that. Let's get... Having all your construction done early is incredibly important. So let's get that going. Okay, I think we absolutely go with England and just get the Allies going. I don't see a need. Maybe eventually I'll try to do something like that, but not yet. So I think I'm gonna put a quick cut in here. I'm gonna record a bunch of episodes all at once just because this is a game that there's so much to keep track of. If you stop and come back, you might lose track of it. But I'm gonna put a cut in here. And yeah, I will see you guys next time as we continue to prepare for what we know to be an inevitable war. So, bye.